So many years you've gone and been through. Wake up and see for yourself what the world can offer you. Thank you, God, we believe in you. Can you feel it? Can you see it? You are the brand. Winning means you're not afraid of anyone. Come on, be brave, prove to the world that's why you are the one. Create, make it, brand it to be the best. There's something special that's you. Now is the time for all of you.
Hello, I'm Dr.KKJohan, aka Dr. Brand. I welcome you to my Season 7 on Brand Thoughts, where I will take you on the 007 missions on branding. How to brand it like Bond. James Bond, the most successful brand movies to me. We shall analyze the powerful, iconic, legendary brand of all time, James Bond, and his journey to become the most recognizable brand of all time. Before I start, I hope everyone who is watching this is keeping safe and healthy. We must always stay positive to live like James Bond. Only then can we move forward to handle all life's obstacles. And remember that tomorrow never dies, but it's another great day to live for. I wonder how Agent 007 would have saved the world during this pandemic, especially where all the businesses and brands need to be saved. And what secret would he use to save us all from this pandemic COVID-19? How many of you are James Bond fans? Do you watch every of the series? What is it that you like about James Bond series? The action, the thrills and spills, or the different Bond girls that appeared in each series? James Bond, the brand is 58 years and it is still going strong. So many elements have gone into the building of the brand, and I will share with you step by step. We all know that James Bond is a work of fiction by Ian Fleming about the adventures of a British secret agent, which he codenamed Agent 007. The novel was first published in 1952. In 1962, the first James Bond movie hit the silver screen with the title Dr. No, starring the first and most popular Agent 007. It was the late Sir Sean Connery. 25 movies down the road, many of us are still drawn into the spy saga and the adventures of Agent 007. I'm sure every time you guys come out of the cinema after watching James Bond, you wanted to act like him, be like him, live like him. Those moments of action seen on the silver screen just attracted us. Let's be honest, many guys aspire to be James Bond, suave and macho, masculine and sexy, handsome, cool, bold, strong, and able to handle any problems that comes along. Woman loves him and man wants to be like him. James Bond is the most idolized, iconic brand of all time. This did not happen overnight, but through the past 58 years where the producers have executed precision branding to make James Bond successful, like the preciseness of Bond, targeting his villains. Let us move on to the actual branding of James Bond. How to brand it like Bond, James Bond, to be seen, heard, known, and remembered. No one could brand it better, stronger, and greater than the James Bond brand. The 7 branding elements of how to brand it like James Bond. Let us look at first the brand. The James Bond brand. It is so strong. Everyone loves James Bond, and it's a brand that is much loved and appealed to all, of all ages, beyond race, religion, color, and nationalities. James Bond movies are thrillers, helping to solve problems, fighting for truth, rights and values, and ultimately winning. It is all about courage, bravery, being strong and tough. James Bond is a fighter that never gives up on his pursuit. Yes, it is challenging, but the storyline ultimately triumphs over every challenge. He's always helping, assisting, and supporting. He is seen as the champion and hero. The people hero worship a character that is drawn to this nature and personality. That is why everyone loves James Bond. He makes it so easy to be loved and admired. A brand should be strongly loved and admired at all times, isn't it? How to be like James Bond brand? You must have the brand and be the brand that is loved and admired. Number 2, the character. The James Bond character. It is so great. James Bond's character attracts, appeals, and engages. He is the champion and the hero. He has the personality, the presence, the persona. He's always positive, always having the right attitude and spirit. He's a charismatic, interesting, and inspiring. He has style and sophistication. And most important, he has the leadership and the talent to take charge when there are unexpected calls. Not everyone can be James Bond. James Bond inspires, and he is the man that all men aspires to be. Brand must inspire, and that is the hallmark of every great brand. To be like James Bond brand, you must have the brand character and the brand representation. Number 3, the movie. The James Bond movie. It is so good. You never get bored with James Bond movies. It is about adventures, exploration, discoveries, about power and success. It is filled with action-packed, suspense, stunts, thrills, fast-paced, pretty woman, international setting, and glamour. Everything that makes a brand exciting to the viewers. James Bond always has an air of anticipation. We always want to find out who is the next Bond, who will be the next Bond girl, and where's the location of the next movie will be. Trivial as it may seem, but this element creates the hype for the brand, and fans keep talking about it. Like I said, the more people talk about your brand, the less they talk about your competitors. In the movies, there are always new ideas, creative expression, and James Bond is positioned as the brand champion, the hero, and the audience are drawn to his heroic nature and personality. Everyone loves brands that are exciting, appealing, and alluring, and the movie has it all, from Sean Connery to Daniel Craig, Dr. No to Skyfall. The excitement continues as the producer package the brand with all the latest idea and technology to give all of us an unforgettable moment during the 2-hour show. when we assume the role of Bond and save the world from all the villains and evil, and then be rewarded with the Bond girls on our arms? Can your brand create the air of anticipation, curiosity, and excitement for consumers to want to know more about it and try it out? To be like the James Bond brand, you must be interesting and appealing. Brand creativity and innovation are keys. And number 4, the actors, the James Bond actors. They are so unique. Each has their own brand identity. The succession factors, the actors that make James Bond, make the brand. The 6 actors have played the role of James Bond, starting from Sir Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. And these are some of the titles of the movies they acted in. Let me ask you, who is your favorite James Bond? Each Bond has a special distinctive brand qualities that bring out the best of James Bond brand. What is their brand identity? For Sir Sean Connery, he was the brand champion. As the first Bond, he has set the pace and standards for the rest of the Bonds. He created a lasting impression of what a spy should be, and is known to be charming, witty, and yet possess cunning intelligence and skills. George Lazenby, the brand mover, the unforgettable. Although he only acted in one James Bond film, he was still known for his version of his spy. People either love him or hate him as Bond, but he continues to be remembered. Roger Moore, the brand trendsetter. His uniqueness. He was unique, a man who did things his own way. He was a world citizen and even went to the space, and is known to be humorous and a romantic Bond. Timothy Dalton, the brand maverick, well established and tough. This version of Bond was more traditional, but also tough when he needed to be. And number 5, Pierce Brosnan, the brand game changer, the perfect mix. He was sleek, smooth, and a cool cat, charming his way through every situation. And finally, Daniel Craig, the brand influencer, breaking away from the norm, an all-rounder, fast thinker, fearless, never back down from a fight. He did things away from the norm and differently from all other Bonds. Every James Bond makes the brand so uniquely unique and bring out the brand so lively and so alive. What about your brand? Which actor do you think personified James Bond best? Each actor that portrayed James Bond has brought the brand from one level to another. Each level is stronger, greater, and better than the former. This is how the producer keeps the excitement of the brand going and targeting new audiences. You may not be a James Bond fan, but if your favorite actor, Pierce Brosnan, is the new James Bond, you will go and watch the movie and hopefully be converted to become a Bond fan. In branding, we must always bring out our brands to a higher notch. To be the James Bond brand, you must be different and unique. That's the brand personality. Number 5, the brand association. It is so special. The bonding to the Bond differentiates your brand positioning. Everyone wants to be associated with James Bond. That is what makes a great brand. When you have built your brand leadership in the industry, in branding, the power of association is very important and brings great value. Do you know that the people we associated with will have a great influence on us? It is not what we get from them, but the person we become just because of them. That is the power of association. Hence, to be associated with James Bond is to be like him, a good personality to have, and is a great brand to emulate. Being seen, known in the Bond movies is undoubtedly one of the most successful milestones for any brand achievement. Brands pay huge sums of money to be featured in the series, and the brand awareness generated is so huge. Roger Moore, the third actor to play James Bond, wrote in his book Born on Bond that over half of the global population has watched James Bond movies. Now, any brand will want to leverage on this extensive reach and be associated with the power and the appeal of James Bond, wouldn't you? Here are some of the brands that are associated with the James Bond series. What car does James Bond drive? Aston Martin since 1962. However, BMW came in 1995 with a $20 million check. Nevertheless, Aston Martin made a comeback in 2002. What watch does he wear? From Omega Seamaster to a Rolex Submariner to digital Seikos and Breitlings, Bond has worn some of the most famous watch brands. What about his tuxedo? James Bond has always been a man of singular taste, but is born in sharp suit that people remember, the tuxedo. For many years, Bond has been wearing bespoke suit from Brownie to Tom Ford. And what about his favorite drinks? From the days of Dr. No in 1962, it has been Smirnoff. However, in Bond's new film, he walks up to the bar and orders Heineken. Then there are the champagne, Dom Perignon and Taittinger. What about the destination branding? Do you know that James Bond is a great ambassador for destination branding? Every movie is filmed in different parts of the world, and this helps to promote tourism branding. Awareness for this destination increase when they are featured in James Bond movies, and country brands benefited greatly when they are selected as the venue for filming. And many other lifestyle brands would like to be a part of James Bond because anything that he uses and touches becomes popular. This is where brands would like to be sponsors in all the movies. Through the past 58 years, brands or products placement has been a mainstay of the series, bringing in the profitability and helping to defray the operating costs. To be like the James Bond brand, you must be positioned in high levels of branding, the brand association. Number 6, the Bond demand is so high, the success of the movie franchise. Ever since the first Bond movie was released in 1962, 25 films, including the yet-to-be-released No Time to Die, has been produced. According to Wikipedia, the series have grossed over $7 billion at the cinema. In 2015, the James Bond franchise was estimated to be worth $19.9 billion, making James Bond one of the highest grossing media franchise of all time. Take a look. Here is the global revenue of each movie. The first movie, Dr. No, produced in 1962 with a budget of $1 million, and in 1962 racked in $59.6 million, making it the most profitable of all Bond movies. And each movie brought in higher revenue than the previous ones. It goes to show the demand is so high and so great. Where there is a demand, that means the brand is great and very successful. To be like the James Bond brand, you must be so popular that it commands the demand, the brand demand. Number 7, the brand application. It is so relevant. What is expected of a brand? Remember to build your brand to be like some of the best titles of the movies from each James Bond series. From Sean Connery, diamonds are forever. The brand needs to be like diamond that lasts forever. From George Lazenby, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, the brand must be able to provide the expected service and satisfaction to fulfill your brand promise, giving them the unforgettable experience. From Roger Moore, the man with the golden gun, the brand must have the ability to provide the brand expertise. From Timothy Dalton, License to Kill, your brand must be able to stay above competitors and on top of the game. Pierce Brosnan, Tomorrow Never Dies, the brand loyalty, your brand must be able to stay on, live on, no matter what. And from Daniel Craig, Skyfall, generating the highest revenue of $1.1 billion, your brand must be able to give you the best return. We are all looking forward to the latest James Bond movie, No Time to Die. It will be shown on April 21st, 2021. But for me, my next movie will be Not Time to Die. A brand must survive the test of time. Never give up. Never say never. Never say die. Sustainability and survivability are key for brand success. It is not time to die till it is all done. To be like the James Bond, you must be on top of the game to appeal to all your audiences. The brand relevance. Brand it like Bond. What's the takeaway? I hope you have enjoyed the brand journey of James Bond and what we can learn from it. From my personal perspective, there are 5 Ds in wanting to be like Bond, James Bond. That you must have the desire, the dream, the determination, the discipline, the destiny. Everyone wants to be like James Bond. Everyone wants to be the brand. But how? First, you must have a desire. The desire will consume you until you dream of it day and night. Then the dream will give you a strong determination to want to achieve it. And you can't have the determination without the discipline. The discipline will drive you to be persistent and consistent in your action to fulfill your aspiration. Finally, you will develop the person or the brand you dream of becoming. That is your destiny. With these 5 Ds, desire, dream, determination, discipline, and the ultimate D is the destiny. That is the destiny of the brand. You will ultimately become the Bond or the brand you dream to be. That is the brand destiny. James Bond is not only a spy and the movie produced. It is the branding, the brand with a global footprint that brings everyone together with a storyline of good overcoming evil, which appeal to everyone and will always stay relevant. Watching a James Bond movie arouses many different types of emotion in the viewers. Let me share with you my personal experience when watching the James Bond movie. What do I expect? Gratification. When you watch the movies, your emotions, your feelings, and your senses are all awakened. What can I expect? Satisfaction. It is worth the time spent and worth the value for the movie. What must I expect? Realization. You realize that it can be done. The impossible can be made possible. Dreams can be achieved and mission can be accomplished. Gratification plus satisfaction and realization gives you the actualization. It gives you a sense of self-actualization. The ultimate of James Bond is accomplishment, achievement, and success. This is what brands should offer and be. Never fail to surprise, never fail to impress, never fail to inspire. It is never disappointing. And my parting word to all, use the license to brand and brand it like Bond to draw in the demands and the audience. Nothing can stop the brand, the James Bond brand. Likewise, let nothing stop your brand. Brand on to live on. Brand it like James Bond. Be the brand for your brand. I hope you have enjoyed this series and the many series that I have shared with you on brand thoughts. And for the rest of you, I would like to wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And looking forward to seeing you in the year 2021, where I will start off my series on Branding 4.0. Watch out, it's so exciting. Life is great. God bless you.
This is a song, it's meant for you. For so